Hey everybody, welcome to Gary Talks. It's that time of year again. It's time for my annual top 10 lists, and today we're going to start with my top 10 favorite songs from this year, 2025. Unlike a lot of people in my age range, I do my best to stay up with current music, but as you'll see by my list, most of the bands and artists on here have been around for 10, 20, sometimes close to 50 years. But let's start with number 10, a band that's been around for about 20. The Devil Wears Prada, That Same Place Where the Flowers Never Grow. The Devil Wears Prada delivered one of their most haunting tracks in years with That Same Place Where the Flowers Never Grow. It's not just heavy, it's emotional shrapnel. The song hits like the aftermath of a storm, where the silence feels heavier than the thunder. The band blends anguish and melody with surgical precision, searing vocals, punishing riffs, and a lyrical weight that feels both biblical and personal. It's the sound of grief trying to find redemption. What puts it at number 10 isn't a lack of power, it's that this is The Devil Wears Prada at their most reflective rather than explosive. But in a year where emotional honesty mattered just as much as volume, Flowers Never Grow stood tall for everyone who's been through the fire and came out scarred, but still standing. Coming in at number 9 is a band that I figured we had seen the last of, other than videos of the lead singer having meltdowns on stage and not able to sing songs anymore, but surprise, Puddle of Mudd are back, and they have one of my favorite songs of the year with Monsters. Alright, let's talk comeback energy. Puddle of Mudd have been the butt of more jokes than they deserve, but Monsters reminded everyone why they mattered in the first place. This song is scrappy, snarling, and surprisingly self-aware. It's Wes Scantlin looking his demons dead in the eye, and maybe buying them a drink before throwing the glass. Monsters is equal parts redemption arc and raw therapy session, wrapped in that unmistakable early 2000s grit. The riffs crunch, the chorus hooks hard, and Wes's voice sounds like it's been through hell, and still found the mic on the other side. At number 9, it's proof that rock's misfits can still rise from the ashes, sounding a little weathered, but a whole lot wiser. Coming in next at number 8, Falling in Reverse, featuring Marilyn Manson, God is a Weapon. Now this is a fever dream of a collaboration we didn't see coming, but couldn't stop replaying. Ronnie Radke and Marilyn Manson dueling in a gothic cathedral made of ego, sin, and eyeliner. Exactly what you'd expect when two of rock's most controversial frontmen share a mic. The production swings between industrial menace and cinematic bombast, with Ronnie delivering verses like a preacher losing his mind, and Manson swooping in like the ghost of rock's decadent past. Lyrically, it's biting and ironic, part social commentary, part personal confession, and the chemistry is so volatile it could light up a stage. And number 8, it's less a song and more a spectacle. Number 7 is another band from about 20 years ago that I really hadn't heard a lot from, and then suddenly they were back and I really dug this song. Sick Puppies, Friends Like You. There's something timeless about a good Friends Are the Real Villains anthem, and Sick Puppies nail it here. It's classic alt-rock energy with modern polish, angsty, sarcastic, and cathartic. The hook is tailor-made for live crowds, and the band feels re-energized, channeling that early tripolar bite with a touch of grown-up cynicism. The lyrics hit that universal nerve of betrayal, but it's delivered with so much swagger, you're almost grateful for the experience. Sitting at number 7, it's a reminder that sick puppies still know how to turn pain into something that sounds like victory. Next up is a band that had one hit song about 20 years ago, and to be honest, I couldn't stand that song, and I really hated the lead singer, as it sounded like he was just trying too hard. But luckily, Hinder have a new lead singer now, and I really like this version of the band, including my number 6 favorite song of the year, Bring Me Back to Life. Bring Me Back to Life feels like a band rediscovering itself in real time. It's big, bold, and loaded with arena rock emotion. You can hear the echoes of Lips of an Angel in its DNA, but the vibe is more battle cry than breakup song. The guitars are massive. The chorus is pure 2000s radio glory, and the vocals walk that perfect line between grit and vulnerability. It's about clawing your way out of the darkness, and Hinder sound like they actually did. I mentioned earlier that there was a band on my list that's been around for over 50 years, and now they've teamed up with the new current face of rock and roll, Aerosmith and Youngblood, My Only Angel. Talk about bridging generations. My Only Angel shouldn't work, but it totally does. You've got Steven Tyler's bluesy howl colliding with Youngblood's manic punk energy, and somehow it's magic. It's part torch song, part glam freakout, and all attitude. Aerosmith bring the swagger, Youngblood brings the chaos, and together they create something that feels both nostalgic and brand new. The lyrics are raw devotion mixed with self-destruction, and the hook is so big, it could knock over a stadium. At number 5, it's the sound of two eras high-fiving across time, and it might just be the most unlikely feel-good hit of the year. Coming in at number 4 is my son-in-law's favorite band, Sleep Token, Damocles. Sleep Token doesn't just make songs, they build temples. Damocles is less a track and more a spiritual experience. It's theatrical, haunting, and emotionally devastating in that beautiful way only Sleep Token can pull off. The band continues to exist in their own universe, part metal, part R&B, part pop, and Damocles might be their most cinematic song yet. It swells, it breaks, it whispers, it roars. And just when you think it's over, it leaves you staring into space, questioning your life choices. At number 4, it earns a spot because it doesn't just sound powerful, it feels powerful. Coming in at number 3, one of my favorite bands in the world, Ghost, with Satanized. Ghost might be the only band that can make the devil sound this catchy. Satanized continues Tobias Forge's streak of turning sacrilege into spectacle, and it's glorious. The song is part hymn, part disco inferno, like ABBA possessed by the devil. The riffs shimmer, the chorus soars, and every note feels meticulously crafted to walk that line between parody and prophecy. What makes Satanized special is how unapologetically fun it is. Ghost knows exactly who they are, and they lean into it with theatrical glee, and it's impossible to resist. Next up, my second favorite song of this year, 2025, The Darkness, Walking Through Fire. If rock and roll had a heartbeat, it would sound like The Darkness. Walking Through Fire is everything that makes this band so damn lovable. Absurdly good musicianship, ridiculous sincerity, and vocals that could wake the gods. Justin Hawkins sounds like he's singing from the edge of Mount Olympus, and the song itself feels mythic, equal parts redemption and resurrection. The guitar solos are pure fireworks, the rhythm section swings like it's 1978, and the lyrics toe that perfect line between tongue-in-cheek and totally heartfelt. At number 2, Walking Through Fire isn't just a song. It's a reminder that rock's flamboyant heart still beats loud, proud, and beautifully over the top. Next up, I have an honorable mention. Now, this would have been my favorite song of the year by far, except it's a fairly old song, but it just became popular this year thanks to being in the opening credits of Peacemaker Season 2. Foxy Shazam, Oh Lord. Every so often, a song takes the scenic route to glory. Foxy Shazam's Oh Lord isn't new. It's been floating in the ether for years, but 2025 was the year it finally got the spotlight it deserved. Thanks to Peacemaker, Oh Lord suddenly became the anthem for people who wanted Freddie Mercury energy with the unhinged charm of a carnival preacher. It's gospel through a distortion pedal. Eric Nally belts like he's singing for his soul, and the horns are punching through like a brass army, and the whole thing is so gloriously over the top you can't help but grin. This song didn't just get rediscovered, it got canonized. And now my favorite song of the year. I think they had my favorite song of last year, and probably the year before that as well. Falling in Reverse, featuring Hardy, All My Women.
That's how I like my women, hair spinning, round and round like an exorcism. It really turns me on. How I like my ladies, real crazy. Bring it on, 'cause that shit don't faze me. She might be just a little crazier than me.
All My Women isn't just the best rock single of 2025, it's the year's biggest cultural flex. Ronnie Radke has always walked that line between villain and visionary, but this song feels like his coronation. It's swaggering, self-aware, and absurdly catchy, a mix of metal, rap, country, and theatrical pop chaos that only Falling in Reverse could pull off. The lyrics are clever and cutting, the production is massive, and the energy is pure defiance. What makes it number 1 isn't just the song itself, it's the statement. In a year where rock kept trying to find its place in the algorithm, All My Women broke through by being unapologetically itself. It's dangerous, hilarious, and a little bit genius. In other words, it's Ronnie Radke in 3 minutes. And those are my favorite songs of this year, 2025. How about you guys? What are some of the favorite songs you've heard this year? Be sure and let me know. And join me next week when I look at my top 10 favorite TV shows of this year, 2025. See you then.
From capes to tapes, Gary's on the case. He's breaking down each scene, every place. On Gary Talks, he's quick with his peculiar wits. From plot twists to the comic strips, Gary's flipping sick.